Hayden in Virginia, and he's with us series on Mad Dog Unleashed. Hayden, good afternoon. How are you today, pal? What's going on?
I'm doing well, Doug. In regards to the Witten thing, if you're such the expert when it comes to the sports media landscape, how come you give us such hot garbage from 6 to 9 o'clock every night? Why can't you find a better radio show than Left Coast? I'm just being honest. How come you can't get your own house in order, but you can criticize everybody else?
That's a fair point. If you don't like that show, now a lot of people do like the show, but you don't like it.
Your flagship program, the big move you made last year when you had that big announcement you had to make, was to surround your flagship 3-hour program with 2 hours of Sleepy Steve Torrey, who we all love. We all love Steve.
Hey, so Canal, that's a good show. What are you talking about? That's a decent show. They do a nice job.
You've admitted yourself that Steve isn't exactly the expert when it comes to broadcast.
Is that a good? That's a good show. Be fair. We don't want to. I like to have some fun with Steve, and he gets mad. But they do a nice job. That's a decent show. Be fair.
I'm being fair. They do a nice job, but that is not. If I'm being fair and I'm comparing sports broadcast talent, that is not the top of the talent out there. I'm sorry. And now let's be honest. You've buried Wetzel for years, and the audience has spoken for over the years. Wetzel, and I'm not a Red Sox fan. Wetzel's far more talented than some of the programs you have between 6 o'clock and his 11 o'clock beginning. Let's just call it like it is. That's on your own station, and then you're out there, making moves for CBS and ESPN. I just find it just comical. And by the way, Doug, you and Mike, you should get on your knees every night, thanking the fact that 30 for 30, and Mike too, was done last year, because what's transpired since then hasn't exactly been
Well, what did I do wrong? What have I done wrong?
Well, first off, his mistakes, his last 4 months, his last 2 weeks specifically, will whitewash any disaster you've made at SiriusXM over the last.
But you said that wasn't the point. You said 30 for 30. Thank God it didn't happen now. So that would indicate to me that I have been a colossal disappointment in the last 8-9 months. And my question to you was, with what exactly?
No.
All right. You don't like the nighttime show. I can find 30 people who disagree with you and 30 people who agree with you.
Fine. You want me to? You've lost your fastball too. For you to say that,
I lost my fastball. Now where have I lost my fastball? Let me hear.
For you to say repeatedly that if Lamar Jackson were to work out to be a Michael Vick type quarterback, that would be a bust. That's one of the dumbest statements I've ever heard.
Jackson's Hunter now. You may disagree with it, but that's not a sign that I've lost my fastball.
Hold on. Mike Vick, you tell me in your audience that you wouldn't suck. Mike Vick was a 2-time league MVP. Am I not correct about that?
I don't even know, but Michael Vick wasn't a great quarterback. You can say anything you want.
You wouldn't take Mike Vick
no.
to put him on your team right now?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not would I take Michael Vick on my ball club right now. I never loved Michael Vick the way he played the position. He had a couple of big years with Atlanta. The one year they got mauled in the championship game, a game in which he did nothing in Philadelphia. I know he won in Lambeau, beat Mike Sherman. Give him credit for that. I never thought or went to bed at night thinking that Mike Vick is the best quarterback in the NFL. Now, I never did that myself. Now, if you did, fair enough. And everybody. And I don't think he ever won an MVP. I don't know where you come up with a 2-time MVP winner. The 1 year maybe when the Eagles got to the Super Bowl, he didn't win the MVP then. So I don't know where Hayden he won 2 times, 4-time Pro Bowler, and NFL Comeback Player of the Year. I mean that 2-time MVP. Hayden, talking about me losing my fastball. 2-time MVP. When did he ever win an MVP? What, in the Pro Bowl? He won an MVP? Who cares? 2-time MVP. My goodness, Dave in San Diego. Mad Dog Unleashed. Dave, good afternoon. How are you today?
Hey, Doggy. How are you?
Fine, David. Thank you. What's going on?
All right. Hey, a couple things real quick. I agree with you with the commentators and TV. I mean, it's comical out there. I mean, I'm a guy that listens to I got XM baseball. I listen to it on the radio. I just put it on and sit outside and listen to the Howie Rose But you identified, the way I grew up, I identified with those guys. And I knew as soon as I heard Don Criqui, Hank Stram and Jack Buck on the radio. I mean, there was no one better than those guys, and nowadays, I actually think personally, Doggy, that all the stuff they're doing before the broadcast ruins it for me. I can't stand 5 people in tennis shoes and suits sitting on the sidelines of Monday Night Football. by the time they get done with running their mouths, I could care less what happens or what they.
Yeah, well, the key to it, Dave, is to stay away from. I always do. You stay away from all pregame noise on television before the game starts, and you stay away from halftime. I can't tell you when the last time I saw a halftime show. I will not watch. That's when at night. That's when I'll get my pajamas on. I'll brush my teeth. Whatever I'll do, I will not sit there and watch halftime tonight, for instance, or in between periods. To be fair, I won't watch that either. I'll flip around. I'll find something else. I do not watch anything with NFL halftime with what they do, and I never watch the pregame. Never in a million years. I just don't. For what you just said. Too much. Once the game starts, I'm on top of the game. And, maybe on Monday night in the NFL season, since, maybe I'll stick with the halftime there. It's usually pretty quick. Maybe I'll stick with it for 10, 12 minutes. But even then, I'm off. The broadcasting is not nearly as important today for the football and the other sports as it used to be. The kids don't like it as much. It's just not nearly as important. 8 in front of the hour here on Mad Dog